What's up everyone, this is Jack from Pen and Journal. Welcome back again to my channel, and today we're going to discuss why Traveler's Notebook from a guy's perspective. I'm going to give you my thoughts why I get into Traveler's Notebook from a guy's point of view, but I believe it also speaks to the ladies as well. So let's get started. First thing, what exactly is a Traveler's Notebook, right? So moving this aside, a Traveler's Notebook is what I call a notebook system, right? It's a system that you can carry along with you to your work, to your school, or you can even keep it at home, right? It is very portable. So basically, what is a TN or a Traveler's Notebook is, it's just a flat of material like this leather, right? It comes in different materials like fabric, felt, leather, faux leather, you name it, as long you have a piece of material like this. And typically, right, you will string elastics across the spine of the TN, and right, you attach what we call inserts, right? So what are actually inserts? It can be a notebook itself, or it can be an accessory, like in this case, a transparent plastic zip pouch, right? And what we do is that we attach all these inserts to the elastics, and we form a system, right? We form a very customizable, very personalized system. And you will notice that it's so much things you can do. Like here, I have actually attached a pen loop, an elastic pen loop that I make myself, right, to this zip pouch. And at the back here, I have some pieces of paper, scrap paper for note taking, and I have the binding clip to bind this to the notebook itself, right? So you can see lots of customization, lots of versatility here. And the beauty of it is the TNs comes in different sizes, and of course different colors, different materials, different patterns, what have you. There is just so much you can do with it. So typically, the TNs comes in what we call a standard Traveler's Notebook size, which in this case is about 13 cm across and about 22 cm in height. Of course, different brands, different companies have different slight variation in the size, but typically they have quite standardized size, right? And I'll leave you to do your own research on the internet. I won't go too much into this. You have things like A5 size, the B5s, the standard TNs, and the pocket size notebooks. So now let's come down to the why. Okay, why a Traveler's Notebook from a guy's perspective? First thing, like what we covered just now, I love it that it is super customizable, right? It is very personalized. You can make it as your own, right? You have a very personal feel to it. You can have different sizes that fits your style, colors, materials, and because it is so customizable, you can actually make it your own to meet your needs. So for example, you're a student, right? You can customize a TN to fit your needs. If let's say you are a doctor or a lawyer, you can customize another TN, right, to meet your needs. There's just so much possibilities that you can actually play around when it comes to TN. And the TN number two is, it is actually a part of you, right? This thing actually belongs to you, right? It is with you throughout your whole what we call a journey, if you will, right? Especially when you have one like this, a leather notebook, right? The scuffing, the scratches, the marks, the dings, the patina, the wear and tear, all is part of the journey, right? And it's just so amazing when I look back at this journal, when I got it for like 3 years back, how it actually aged along with me, right? In the journal with me. And it's just like your personal companion, right? And to me, I call it my security blanket. Sometimes if I don't bring this out with me, I just feel a little bit, well, I won't call it insecure, I just feel a bit off, if you will, right? And number three, these things are just so super portable. You can bring it anywhere with you, right? It's not too big. Even an A5 size TN, right? I believe it can fit in any backpack or bag. It goes wherever you want to go, and I just feel that it is so convenient to bring along. Sometimes you're waiting for a friend, you're in a cafe, coffee shop, what have you. You can just pull this out and just do your journal. And of course, not just journaling. Some people will do scrapbooking. Some people do what we call mind maps, planning, drawing, painting, all the good stuff, right? And lastly, it is an inspiration for you to journal or to do your thing, right? Whether it is drawing, painting, scrapbooking, right? It is an inspiration to do your thing. When you have this, it just inspires you and encourages you, and it just makes you want to journal. And that's for me. I use this for journaling because it's just so good in the hand. It feels it just feels so good, right? I can't explain it. It's like so fulfilling to just own one and just do your thing in this journal. Now, I'm just gonna have a bit of a quick run through in terms of what I do with my 2TNs, right? To give you a little bit of inspiration for those who are looking to get into it. So this first TN is what I call my planning TN. So in the first so-called insert, I have my zip pouch here. This is where I keep all my miscellaneous stuff, my bookmarks, some stationery, some Bible tracts to give away, some Bible bookmarks as well. So all the doodads, I will just lump it into here, right? And on the other side, I have my insurance cards that is being slotted into this, right? And of course, an improvised pen loop, right? With my Pilot Kakuno fountain pen that is just so durable. And in the second insert, this is what I call my bullet journal or my planning journal. This is where I do my planning, my scheduling, my to-do list, my prayer request, my prayer list rather, right? Things I want to pray for. My bullet journal in general, all the planning stuff will go into here. In the second, or rather the third insert rather, I have my typical daily journal. This is where I put my Thanksgiving thoughts down. This is where I will write something about the day itself. It's basically a daily diary. And of course, I have a backing board for me to write. And of course, I use fountain pens. Sometimes I use this as a form of a protection against oily hands, because oil and fountain pen inks don't go well together. So whereas I write, I use this as a form of backing to rest my hand, so that my oils from my hand will not transfer to the paper, right? So this comes in very handy. And the third one is my mind maps and my junk journal. So this is where I do my mind maps. This is where I put my random thoughts, or sometimes I just need to put some things down on paper. This is where it all goes. And of course, the last one here is just some Rhodia scrap paper for even more random stuff that I need to jot or write down, right? And of course, I attach this with a binding clip, and that is my planning journal. And of course, I have a bit of an improvised bookmarks here, string bookmarks, right? So this, I think I have a video, right? I put a link in the description if you want to know how to do this, right? It's super easy. You can have customizable bookmarks. Some people use ribbon bookmarks. I used to do that, but I kind of like fallen in love with string bookmarks. Right, forgive my voice is a bit turning out, right? And this one is what I call my Bible journal, right? Very simple as well. So over here again, handmade paper, or rather card folder, right? I can put some pieces of paper. Over here, this is from actually a Rhodia cover notebook that I managed to take down and make into some kind of like a card folder. And again, another pen loop. This is my Pilot Mule. And the first, or rather the second insert, this is where I do all my Bible journaling. This is where I do all my Bible studies from the Bible itself, from chapter to chapter, book to book in the Bible itself. And in the third one, this is what I call my Bible devotional journal. This is where I do my Bible studies on Bible plans, on miscellaneous stuff. Sometimes my church sermons will go into here, or even some YouTube sermons which I watch. I love some of the thoughts that is being preached on. I will put all these things here, and of course another backing board here, right, can speak. And then of course the third one here is what I call letters to Jesus, and this is very interesting. I just started this actually not too long ago. This is where I will do what I call a letter to Jesus. I'm not very consistent on this. I actually try to do it every single day, but I gotta be honest, it's not every single day. It's more like once a week. I just have to be very, very transparent here. But this is where I put down my thoughts. Is like, if I want to write a letter to Jesus, right, for the day, what would it be? How would I write it to him and mail it to him in a very personal way, right? And I think that this is just so good when we do practices like this. It's like giving you a platform where you can really live out, that personal relationship with God, a personal relationship with Jesus. And this is just so good. Maybe I'll cover more on this, right, in the future videos. If you're interested, please let me know your comments. This is something that I find it just so fulfilling and satisfying. And sometimes I even complain. I even put my thoughts of complaints to Jesus on this as well, right? It is so freeing. And of course, again, with the same as my previous notebook, I have some random rodeo paper on a binder clip. So that's the end of my walkthrough, right? Forgive me for my rambling. Anyway, please let me know your thoughts below. Do you own a TN? And if you're a guy or if you're a girl, how we use a TN? Please let me know your whys in why you use a TN. Please let me know your comments, your thoughts. And once again, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so for more videos like this. It really helps me a lot. Give this video a thumbs up, share this video. Please take care, God bless, and goodbye.